anytime you come off the day off, it's a little sloppy. Today was a little sloppy, but we're getting a little better defensively. So I guess it was uglier today. So I guess that means we're getting a little bit maybe tougher, a little bit better defensively. But offense way ahead of the defense.
How's Donovan?
Donovan's getting better. He just, if anyone around the state or on campus, if you see him just wandering around, tell him to go sit down.
Stop walking.
Tell him to just get around the team and stop walking around in the boot. Donovan, he's a very personable guy, and he's really alive, but if he wants to be back for the opener, which he should be able to be back for, just got to take care of his foot, stay off of it, and everything will be fine.
I mean, obviously you want him back as soon as possible. Would missing the first game or two be the end of the world, or just in a sense,
No, listen, we're not. Listen, you always want to be at full strength,
yeah.
And we'll always. Obviously, we take great care of our players, and we're not going to, rush anyone back. But when you're cleared, you got to trust the medical people. Obviously, he's 7'3" and 290 pounds or around there. So, we're going to make sure he's fully healthy before he gets back out there. We're definitely not going to rush him.
Is there any sort of benefit with Samson during this time when he can't be on the court?
Big benefit. A lot of benefit for Samson. A lot of benefit just to try to develop Youssef so he's getting a lot more reps. But then it allows us to concentrate on the freshmen and because we're going to need them again, whether as a starter or as bench bench impact players. So it was good for us last year to have Jordan and Andre miss that time because we were able to develop our bench, and it kind of sucked to go through, but this is the same situation.
Jim, has Samson had the kind of few months that leads you to believe he could have a breakthrough season, and how can he go about doing that?
I mean, he's in a great spot. I think he's a great 1-2 punch right now at center with Donovan. He's a different type of center. He's obviously a movement center, playing way above the rim in the ball screen game, and brings an element of quickness. And you could do some different things defensively when he's in the game. So I just think he's going to be around a lot of shooting and a lot of passing and a lot of skill. So he's in a great spot.
Part of his game is further ahead the offensive, the defensive side.
I mean, he's great in the ball screen game offensively because because what you could do in the lob game with him. He's I think a tremendous ball screen defender, and that is way more important than people think. Being able to disrupt that game because it's basically 80% of what we have to guard with the way other teams play offensively. So,
and do you expect him? Do you think to really embrace this and kind of? I mean, he's been marinating for 2 years, so to speak.
Yeah.
He's got to be so eager to jump on this opportunity, I would think.
Yeah. He's been waiting really patiently for his opportunity to, get out in front of, big time college basketball atmospheres and just be in the mix. Everyone that's played here knows how talented he is. I mean, I'm on record of saying what I've thought of his talent from day one. So. He's healthy, and he's just he's gonna get his chance now to show how talented he is.
In terms of how his game has really developed, how has his shooting really grown over the past few?
Samson?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have started with the shooting. Sorry, I made that face too. It's like Adama, with both centers. I'm not looking for them to be three-point threats for us. If they have that in their toolkit, and we could use it against certain teams that are in a heavy drop coverage with a center that, like a Kalkbrenner, where Adama shot more threes in the Creighton game because of the opponent, shot more threes in the Final Four because of the way Miami handled ball screens early in the game. So, Yeah, but we still want our bigs protecting the rim and dominating the paint.
How is Alex stepping up as a leader for this team?
He's, Alex is a you can do it by example too. We're pleading with Alex. He should have been Big East Rookie of the Year, and he led a national championship team in minutes. So you just tell people where to go. Stop asking people to go somewhere.
Does that push him kind of feeling underrated? Feels like he kind of gets looked past a lot.
Alex I don't even know how. I mean, I think, he's like one of those like silent, like quiet, crazy, like crazy quiet stuff bother, like all great players, like he's highly motivated by being snubbed or being underrated. He does not verbalize that to us in here. He just loves basketball so much. That's all he thinks about. And besides, engineering and the computer, double major.
I know it's a crowded field, but what do you think? What do you expect the Apostles could bring to you guys this year?
Well, listen, he's got good size. He's 6'7", and he's a good athlete, and he's making open threes. So, those role position players for guys that didn't play or trying to get on the court or trying to fill a valuable role around guys like Tristan. And Cam and Alex and Donovan, like you're trying to get guys to come in and fill a role, like space the court by being able to make a three, being in all the right spots on defense, not turning the ball over. Like, for him to get on the court, he's got to be solid. But he's in the mix right now. He's competing.
What have you seen from Solo? We're going to be speaking to him.
Solo can shoot. Solo can shoot. So. And he's super athletic, and he went from, making defensive mistakes maybe like last week and not knowing that he even made the mistake to now he's just, he's dropping a bomb, F-bomb, like as he's realizing that he made the mistake. So maybe we get to next week and defensively, like he's not making the mistakes, but his athleticism and his shooting, I'm feeling great about him. I think he's gonna have a great year for us. I think you never know how freshmen are gonna react, but when you shoot it as clean as he's shooting it with the athleticism and and with the pedigree, we're happy.
What kind of kid is he? The coach and everything.
Oh, he's got great pedigree. He's got the great parents that have pushed him and have held him accountable and have established a work ethic and a standard with him and. He's got all the great body language when you're coaching him hard. He handles it well. He's here with a purpose. He's not just kind of wandering around campus.
What does Donovan do to keep the endurance up, conditioning up?
Just hop in the pool, get in the pool. He could do pool workouts. He's starting to transition to the bike. He's such a natural player. And I think that, I don't want to say that the game is simple, but, the things we're doing with him, we'll keep him in shape. He's not going to need tons of reps because he's got great hands and he's got great feet and he's a natural player. So, we'll ease him back in when he's healthy, and I think the transition to get him back in, he's going to be returning to a better team, which I think it'll make it easier for him when he comes back.
Coach said there might have been a bit of fabricated anger on your part today.
Who said that?
Coach Calhoun.
Coach Calhoun said that?
Synthetic anger.
Synthetic anger, that's what he called it.
He knows, right? He's the king of it. I mean, I used to watch in the stands, and shit, I saw him from the other bench when I was playing. It's psychological warfare that he was playing. It was like World War III. He's the master. So I appreciate that he picked up on that, though.
Yeah, he said he used to script it like, 4:05, this is when I'm supposed to blow up at.
Yeah. I always meet with him. He gives me, before the season, before we get to November, we always sit down. I think last preseason I took probably 5 pages of notes from talking to Coach before as we got to like mid to late October, and just having him around, getting his take on the way, when I call him tonight, get his take on things. It's like so awesome to have him, Gino, my dad. I got some great people.
Did anybody in the last week stand out for you? I mean, somebody you said, wow, I didn't quite know we were going to get this out of this guy this year, this soon.
I just think the Steph came in. Steph's come in with a lot of hype. I mean, this is a guy that's in mocking and top 10, draft stuff. So, like Jaden Ross has been, Jaden Ross catches your eye when you come in here because he's 6'7". He's got a live body. He can really shoot the ball, and he's like super active, solo. I'd probably go with like the younger guys. I expect Hassan to have a bounce back year for us and be a really good, quality, Big East rotation player. I expect what I'm seeing from Samson and what he's doing. I'd say that those two freshmen.
What have you seen out of Stefan's court vision? How has that been lining up?
Well, I mean, right now, the groups are blended, they're mixed, so he's not even out there where he could be truly comfortable yet. Like, he has not played with, Samson or Donovan, Alex at the 4, Cam and Tristan at guards, where he can just facilitate and create with 4 shooters, with 4 scorers, finishers, or shooters around him. That's when he's going to be, doing a lot of the stuff offensively that Andre did for us in terms of shot creating and such. So, plus he's still learning a very complex defensive system, and we're very sophisticated on offense. Where the expectation is we're going to be a top 5 offense in the country this year and a top 10 defense. So there's a lot. His head's spinning. Early November, he'll be all right.
Dan, last year on this time you were unranked and kind of wondering why. This year you'll be one of X number of teams where people could say they could win a national championship. What's the difference? Do you prefer one over the other? Or is it good to know people think you're good heading into a season? Or do you prefer, like last year, where you have something to...
I'm going to create something anyway. Like there's players, like things that other players and other teams in our league have said at the end of last season or saying in the preseason, or those little subtle shots that other coaches have, there's always something. I mean, I think for us it's reflecting on, we have a chance to be special that not many programs can respond with another big time year coming off of the championship. If you really look at the history, there hasn't been many teams that have come back with a Final Four appearance or had a big time year. So I think that's the motivation, though. We were national champs, but to follow that up with going for something Big East regular season, a Big East tournament championship, getting back to the Final Four. No one's done that a lot in the last 60, 70 years, so got to be special to do that.
Do you think you see the pieces in place right now, or the personalities in place to give you guys that shot?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to put it together, and who's going to lead and who's going to bring that, the togetherness and build that toughness that our team had when we went through January and had tough times. Do we have a strong team? Do you have that? We lost some great leaders and some great players. So, but we could shoot, we can score. We're very talented, so it's right there for us.